Hi, I'm Sandra. Welcome to The Happiest. Here we transform through holistic eudaimonic happiness. Best part? It's easy and kind of fun. What is weighing on you? You know that thing you don't want anyone else to know. The part of your past you'd like kept there. Or that hypothetical blunder I mentioned in a previous post. We all have something we'd rather not have come to light. But these days, it almost always does. Gone are the days of phone calls to references. Now employers want background checks and social media assessments. Rude. It's both invasive and sort of understandable, I guess. But one of the wonderful things about being human is fucking up spectacularly and bouncing back from that. Smarter, tougher, better, wiser. But we all know that not everyone can see beyond the mistake and acknowledge the good result from it. That's why our totally human and almost rite of passage fuck-ups can weigh on us, hold us back, make us feel unworthy, and I think we need to change that. A pretty flawed American who doesn't really have a redemption story said, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." He's right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. But I digress. What we believe about ourselves and how we perceive ourselves is communicated to others. Yes, it's a vibey thing. Our energy is picked up by other people. So if you believe you have a dark cloud hanging over you, other people will start looking for it. That's why we need to let that go and start seeing it and you in a different light. When you decide how good or bad the thing is, or better yet, how neutral you are about it, you set the tone for the reaction. Yep, if you can get comfortable with it, other people will too. We all have something we aren't proud of, but that doesn't mean we need to feel ashamed about it. I declared bankruptcy when I was 25, and it was beyond humiliating. I had financed what the grants, loans, and scholarships didn't cover for the private film school I went to, with Visa and MasterCard, and pretty much every other store card I was offered. When I saw trouble coming, I tried to negotiate with the credit card companies, but they were no help. It was a different time back in the 90s. There came a point when I saw no other choice. The wait was huge. Fortunately, I was able to get a pro bono lawyer from California Lawyers for the Arts to help me with the process. Standing up before that judge in a room full of strangers, having to declare myself incapable of paying my debt, required a Silkwood shower after. I didn't even tell my boyfriend when it happened. Only months later was I able to muster the courage. He didn't take it well, but his dad paid for NYU. I felt dirty and broken, and even worse than that when I got myself into debt again. That time I ended up with a tax lien, thanks to the shit show that was 2008 and the long slide that caused in the years that followed. Statistically, people who declare bankruptcy do it more than once. Want proof? Look at that orange thing in the White House. But I refused to be a statistic. So I worked hard and made sacrifices to pay down that debt and get rid of that tax lien. As of next week, I will have paid off the last of my debt, that effing student loan. And then I will be 100% in the black. Yes, it took me just over 30 years to do that, but I did it.